Hey guys, welcome to June 2024 Project Life in my 6x8 album. I have a lot going on here with this one, including a full page photo, end of the school year for me, and a transparency. I'm going to be using this journaling that I typed up ahead of time, as well as this word art from Ali Edwards that's going to all be together, introducing the second album of my Project Life this year. I then have another story that is about an event that we participated in. We kind of made it up on our own. It's a pub crawl. And I have another almost full page photo. It's not quite full page, but it's pretty close. And I'm going to be combining that with several page protectors. A smaller one from Citrus Twist, and then a larger one that holds 3x4 photos. I've already done my journaling on my cards and printed out and cut out all of my photos for that as well. And then I have these smaller photos that will fit into that Citrus Twist page protector there. Did some, I guess, word art of my own that I will show you when I get to that spread. The next one involves several of these screenshots from my phone and a note that a friend left to me, a calendar where I stamped the high temperatures for June. I'd like to use this transparency from Ali Edwards. I can't remember what scrapbook by the month kit that is from. Actually, I think it's from the add-on paper pack for that. Then we have another Ali Edwards paper. This is from the Around Here story kit, and that has the directed journaling on it. So I just filled those in ahead of time on my printer and printed that out. I'm going to be combining that with a page protector that is going to include 3x4 photos. And I pulled this card in, not sure if I'll use it, but it was a part of, it kind of matches the story. So we'll see what happens there. And then this one here, again, more 3x4 photos. I haven't cut these out yet, but I will. And then I've already, again, done my journaling on several cards from different Ali Edwards kits. Alrighty, there is one more that I almost forgot. This is going to be a spread going across both pages. I have some ephemera here, and then I also have a photo that is going to span the entire spread. It's not cut directly in half. It's kind of cut with one side larger. I have my vellum piece with my journaling on it, and that will go in there as well. Okay, so let's get started with the first one here. I want the transparency to be on top of the photo, so I will punch my holes. I'm placing this word art on top of the transparency, covering the little saying that I have on my photo. And then this is going to go directly on the back side. And super simple, right? Super duper simple. Going to just put that in my album. You'll notice later that I'll probably do some more embellishing as I go along. So here's my full spread, right? So this photo is going to have vellum on top of it with the journaling. So I'll cut that out. And then I take it over to my sewing machine, which is new to me. So you'll see that I'm not the best with my new sewing machine. I'm kind of struggling. It's kind of like getting a new car, right? The gas pedal and the brake pedal are different. So it's a little crooked, but I like it. And I used some red thread on there. It just gave it a little bit of definition. It gave it a little bit of definition. So adhering that back to back with my other photo and punching the holes in it from there. I then have this ticket, and I was thinking I would flip it out, but then I wasn't really sure what I would put underneath, so I just went ahead and adhered that to the right side of the spread and just put a staple in there, a tiny attacher for some interest. Backside of that is going to be this photo that is from the pub crawl that we did. So I'm just going to go ahead and place that on there. I know I will do some further embellishing with this one later, but again, sometimes I just don't know what I want to do, so I just move forward. This page protector was 9x12. So you can see here that what I did was I cut down the last column off of there and cut off the holes, and then folded down the two 3x4 at the top and kind of made a flap. So then I added Citrus Twist Attacher on there. So here I'm just kind of putting the photos in. Where do I want them? I know for sure that whatever is going to go in those top 2 pockets, they're never going to be able to be moved because I'm going to do some sewing here as well. So I'm kind of being careful, making sure that's what I want. This is something I printed out in Photoshop, just made a little title here, the same width as the page protector there, and I'm just trimming it down. And then on the back side, when you flip it up, it's going to have the other piece of word art that I created. So I'm cutting them to be the same size so that when you look at it in the album, you see one part, and when you flip it up, you see the other part. So I'll just put a little bit of adhesive on the edge there, and then I will do some measuring because I am going to again sew. So I'll trim that second piece to be the same size as the first, and then I will attach that and do my sewing. And you can't really see there, but at the end you'll see my sewing. Again, my new sewing machine and I are having a little bit of a bumpy start to our relationship, but that's okay. I'm good with it. These are some photos of the places we visited. So those are going to go into that little Citrus Twist pocket. And I will, of course, put a little tab on that. Loving the different sizes and the tabs that alert you to turn the page. So there we have that next one. And moving along to this page, it's going to be a pocket. So I'm taking that transparency and I am going to cut it down pretty much in half. I'm going to lightly adhere it to the bottom of white cardstock, punch my holes, and sew around the outside, making a pocket so that I can slide in my temperature calendar, which I will trim down. Didn't fit very well because my original intention was to punch holes in it and put it in the rings, but I messed up, so I ended up putting it in a pocket. No big deal. Turned out fine, and I like the way it turned out in the end anyway. So these are some screenshots adhering them back to back, and then a little note from my friend. Backside of that is this paper from the Around Here Story Kit. I will just adhere that to the backside of the pocket. And then I have my photos here, and I'm going to be using a regular everyday page protector with the 3x4, and then a 3x8 page protector so I can fit all of my photos in. So here I'm just kind of figuring out where I want them because I do have them numbered 1 through 6, and I'd like them to be in order from 1 through 6. And then I just pulled from a pile of cards, 3x4 cards, all of them from Ali Edwards. And I'm just kind of filling in these spaces with these filler cards. And I'm not really sure which ones to use. I pulled a bunch of these out ahead of time, knowing that I would be using this particular theme. So I settle on 2 of those. And then another tab on the 3x8 page protector as well. Get them in the album there. And leaving this one out because I'm working on the back side with these photos, which I do need to trim down. I print these 2 each. It's on a 4x6 photo paper, and I print 2. I have a little template that I use for that. And I'm just kind of putting them not in any particular order, but I guess in close proximity to the card that is referenced to the photos. So I'm just kind of staggering the journal cards with the photos, and again, just getting them in the pockets, so I'm looking through because I don't want to use the same tab again and again. So I'm trying to mix up the colors and the sayings. And I will end up adding more tabs and such to the end. There's my June transparency that I created along with the tab at the top. So this was super easy this time, guys. Let's take a look at how they look inside of my album and the changes that I made. So here, the only change I made was adding 2 pieces of chipboard, last day of school in the bottom right corner, and then a little circle chipboard that says yes in the O on hello. And then flipping that over, I put a little tiny chipboard star on top of here's the story. So not a lot of changes, just a couple, 2, 3 couple, 2, 3 things here and there. No changes to this one. I just let this one go as is. I told this larger story in another place, so I didn't go into great detail with this. Full page photo, I used a speech bubble die cut along with a circle chipboard piece. So that's the only thing I changed on this one. And then when we flip over, you'll see that I added on the left side, there is the green circle with the star. And on the right side, I put a chipboard star in the O. And then I stamped underneath, it says, yes, this. So I kind of filled that white space below pub crawl with yes, this. Here's what it looks like when you open it up. Another stamped phrase below the CMRWD, and then 2 additional circle embellishments on there as well. So you'll notice I do a lot of my embellishing after the fact, just because I let it sit and I let it percolate for a little bit, and then I decide, okay, this is what I want to do. So some of this stuff you don't see in the video. Right in the middle of those 4 pockets, I put a circle, and then you'll see on my screenshots, I added tabs to each one of those as well. And then on the word June, I just put a label sticker with a phrase and a little chipboard star. Here, I added chipboard stars to the zeros on the story directed paper. And then I put little numbered labels on each of my photos. Just to kind of match them with the journaling on the story directed paper. So 1 and 2, and then 3, 4, 5, and 6. So again, just adding a little bit of interest, adding a little bit of embellishing here to direct the reader as to what photo goes with what story. And then when you flip over, you will see that here, and I love this because I pulled out a stamp set that I haven't used, next to Allie Edwards and her stash class. You'll see here these hearts that say love it. These are from Studio Calco, and I did stamp them with StazOn ink onto vellum. And then I just stapled them onto 3 of the photos here. So excited to use a stamp set that I purchased last year and just never used. So thank you, Allie, for that. And then the last spread here, flipping over, I did the same thing with the Love It vellum stamps. So that's it, guys. June was pretty easy. It was fun, and I am excited to be moving into July, which isn't quite over yet as I record this video, but it will be very soon. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining me, and we'll see you in the next video.